Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are diving deep into a really cool connection between two supplements you've probably heard a lot about. NMN, that cellular energy powerhouse, and probiotics, the good guys for our gut. We're going to explore how they team up in a really powerful way.
So, let's start with this question, because honestly, it gets right to the heart of what we're talking about today. The idea here is that when you combine NMN and probiotics, it's not just 1 + 1 = 2. It's more like they multiply each other's effects, creating benefits they just couldn't achieve on their own.
And when this partnership is working, wow, the results are seriously impressive. We're talking about this whole cascade of benefits that affects everything from, how sharp you feel and how your skin looks, all the way down to the tiny energy factories inside your cells.
Okay, so how does this power couple actually work? Well, all the magic really begins in the gut. This is where NMN and probiotics have this fascinating, mutually beneficial relationship. It's a true two-way street.
Right. Here's the first big piece of the puzzle. For NMN to do its amazing work, boosting our cellular health, it can't just casually stroll into our cells. Nope. It needs a special invitation, a very specific doorway to get from our gut into our system.
And that doorway has a name, the SLC12A transporter. The easiest way to think about it is like a dedicated VIP gate just for NMN. But, and this is a big but, how well that gate works, how smoothly it opens, is directly linked to how healthy your gut is. If your gut is inflamed or out of balance, that gate just doesn't open as well.
And this is where the partnership is just so elegant. On one side, you've got the probiotics, and they're like the ultimate support team for NMN. They cool down inflammation, they strengthen the gut lining. Basically, they make sure that VIP gate we just talked about is wide open for business. And then NMN turns right around and returns the favor. It actually acts as food, a prebiotic, for those exact same good bacteria. It's a perfect, self-sustaining loop.
So let's say the probiotics have done their job, and NMN gets into the cell. What happens next? Well, this is where the synergy gets even more exciting, because we're going from the gut right down to the cellular level. We're about to zoom in on something called a cellular master switch.
And that is the AMPK pathway. Think of it like the ultimate command center for your cells. It's constantly checking your energy levels. When they're low, it tells the cell, hey, power up. It also tells it to clean out any old damaged parts and to protect itself from stress. So you can imagine activating this pathway is a very, very big deal for our overall cellular health.
And here is the absolute crucial point. It turns out that both NMN and certain probiotics are fantastic at flipping this master switch to the on position. They work together to signal our cells to crank up energy production, to take out the trash, and to calm down inflammation. It creates this amplified synergistic effect right at the very core of how our bodies function.
Now look, this all sounds great in theory, right? But this isn't just a theory. We can actually see this synergy playing out in the real world, in scientific research. So let's look at a couple of incredible examples.
First up, let's talk about our skin. There are studies that look at something called photoaging. That's the damage our skin gets from UVB radiation. And in those studies, the combination of NMN and a specific probiotic was way, way more powerful than either one was by itself.
And this chart just illustrates that point perfectly. Just look at the bars labeled NMN+L. It doesn't matter if we're looking at genes that boost our natural antioxidant defenses or the ones that dial down inflammation. Across the board, that combination group shows the strongest, most protective effect. I mean, this is a crystal clear picture of their combined power.
And this incredible synergy isn't just for skin. It's also making huge waves in neuroprotective research, especially when we look at mouse models of Alzheimer's disease. So one study that looked at this combination came back with a number that is, well, it's truly staggering. 67%. That's right. That's how much the harmful amyloid beta brain plaques, the ones we associate with Alzheimer's, were reduced when mice were treated with a combo of NMN and the probiotic L-plantarum. And get this, the treatment didn't just clear plaques. It also lowered gut inflammation and cut down on cellular stress, just perfectly highlighting that powerful connection between our gut and our brain.
Okay, so we've gone from the gut to the cell to the hard science. What's the big picture here? What's the main thing you should really take away from all of this?
This table really does a great job of pulling it all together. It shows that we're not just talking about taking two separate supplements and hoping for the best. No, this is a targeted strategy. It works from the outside in.
Probiotics prep the gut so the NMN can get absorbed properly, and then, together, they go deep to activate these cellular pathways and deliver just amplified results.
And really, that's the key idea. This is a big shift in how we think about this stuff. It's about understanding that by supporting our gut first, we can actually unlock the full potential of amazing compounds like NMN. We're letting them activate these powerful protective pathways inside our cells far more effectively than they ever could on their own.
You know, this research really opens up a whole new frontier. It kind of forces us to ask, what other powerful combinations are out there just waiting to be discovered? It really suggests that the future of optimizing our health might not be about finding one single magic bullet, but about creating these smart, powerful alliances inside our own bodies.